Arizona football on the docket for Mark Rogers TV as we preview the Cal game with Bryant Conger. You can join him on Wildcat Radio. It's the most popular Arizona football and basketball podcast you can find out there. So please, Bryant will ask you, where can people find you?
Sure, you can find us on Twitter at Wildcat Radio AZ, Wildcat Radio AZ. We do a lot of stuff out there. And then we're on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, anything. Just search Arizona football or Arizona basketball. Doing a lot of contests. We have a Pac-12 eliminator pool where you pick one team a week, and if they lose, you're out. And that's been super popular. We even play the Mockingjay theme song from Hunger Games anytime somebody's eliminated. So pretty fun stuff happening on the podcast.
And probably the toughest conference to do that with. It's the most balanced conference in college football, so difficult to figure out who's going to be up and who's going to be down that particular week. And we saw the classic example, of course, with Washington and Washington State going down this past week. I want to ask you about Nick Wilson. So here's a guy that played prominently in the Fiesta Bowl team. He's been a major guy since he stepped on campus, a guy that I think of when I think Arizona running back. J.J. Taylor, as you mentioned, a kind of shifty, jitterbug kind of guy that brings a different feel to the running game. But it's been the quarterback position. Even before Khalil Tate took over, Brandon Dawkins led the team in rushing, which is kind of interesting. So would Rich Rod, do you believe, like to get a little bit more conventional with its rushing attack and take some wear and tear off of Dawkins and now Tate?
Well, the problem with Tate is he likes to truck people, and you shouldn't be doing that when you're, when you're kind of not the biggest guy on the team back there taking snaps. But I think what you're going to see is, particularly against this Cal team that doesn't play pass defense well, obviously they locked down Washington State, but I think that was more of a fluke game than what they're really, I think they're going to come back to the median there down in Berkeley. So I think one thing to look out for in this Cal-Arizona game is going to be awesome. It'll be a very fun game to watch. If you're not a Pac-12 fan, make sure to tune in. I think what you're going to see is Rich Rodriguez test that secondary and test Khalil Tate's ability to pass. He's averaging, I think it's like 70% completion rate right now, which is completely different from last year. We just overthrown people. But we're going to need to be able to be a little bit more than a one-dimensional offense if we want a chance at winning the Pac-12. And that sounds super weird that I'm saying that because where the team was last year. But I think that's how good of a player Tate is and how much better this Arizona team's playing. So yeah, look for Rich Rodriguez to try to stretch the field a little bit. Take him through some bombs and put him in those bread baskets when he needs to. And that's kind of been why the Arizona fan base has been so excited, because it's not just his running, but it's his passing as well.
The Wildcats coming off a big win against UCLA, 47-30, to move its record to 4-2 on the season. We bring in Bryant Conger to talk Arizona football. You can catch him on Wildcat Radio, talking Arizona football and basketball throughout the year.